Okay. All right, we got it.
Yeah, we're here.
Hey everyone, this is Jen Polson and my good friend Joni Thomas.
Hello.
And we're just gonna wait here for just a second. We'll let people hop on for a minute. But
Look for hearts.
I have, yes, we'll look for hearts. Look for hearts. I've been here in Nashville with Joni, kind of on the spur of the moment invitation. I texted her.
Oh.
Sorry, we dropped you. Hope you're okay. All right. Anyway, so I texted her Sunday night and said, hey, I'm running up to Nashville. And she said, come stay at my place.
I did.
So, and we have had the loveliest time.
Yeah.
Her home looks like a magazine. It feels so beautiful here, and it's just been wonderful. So, anyway, we're here to talk to you guys today about the gifts of simplifying and slowing down. And first I want to say that there is a real blessing in having people come in your life that are your mentors and people that are a little farther along down the road than you are, whether it's spiritually, emotionally, age-wise, and being able to learn from other people's wisdom. And as I was, gosh, I'm gonna cry. As I was just thinking this morning, I got to spend the whole morning just journaling and reading, and get in here with me.
Okay.
And I was just thinking about how you are like what I want to be in a few years. I mean, you look like my sister. You don't look any older than me. But you, like what I've learned from you in just these last couple days is like God showing me, you know, where I'm going, like on an emotional, spiritual, just mental.
Okay. You didn't tell me we were going to do this.
I didn't know. No, you never know what's going to happen on Facebook Live.
No.
But anyway, so
Sweet.
I just feel so blessed in so many ways, being here with you and learning. And I just know that was just such a God thing.
It was meant to be.
So.
It was meant to be. And I think maybe we can thank you for saying that, Jen. But I think
Do you want me to tell you more?
Yeah. Oh, dear. Yeah, you need to talk about that. Go ahead.
No, I'm too giggly.
So
Sorry.
I think that I love you, and I think that the gift and the giving goes both ways. So really, because I think we all speak into each other's lives in different ways, so that the flow may have looked like it was going this way, but what you poured and spoke into my life just by being you was a gift as well.
Oh,
so I think that would be a good message to tell people that, because I have people that I have looked up to all my life who've guided me, and I know how that feels, but I think it's just a gift, an exceptional gift when we share that with people. You do what you do, and then someone else comes into your life. And when it's really meant to be, you were supposed to be here. You were supposed to come here, and the timing had worked out just perfectly. So it's relying and believing in, God's got this divine orchestration going on that we don't see all the time.
And I have to say that, I met Joni for like 5 minutes this summer in Colorado at a retreat we were both participating in, and that was it. And then we've texted a little bit since then, and yeah, I just followed that thought that came to my head: text Joni. I'm glad I had the courage to do that.
I'm glad you did too.
Right.
And our walk yesterday.
Yes, I want. Let me preface. Let me tell a little bit about my perspective of the walk.
Okay.
And then I'm going to let you fill in.
Okay.
So, she lives in this beautiful neighborhood, and we wanted to go just for a walk in the morning. And I'm thinking, oh, I've gotten back into exercising, so I'm thinking power walk, and we're going to get this done, and or my heart rate's going to get up. I'm going to burn some calories, and I'm going to check it off my list for today. And so we got started, and pretty soon Joni was just like, oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. And I realized I was missing out on so many things, so many little gifts that were put in our pathway. I was totally missing. And so then you want to finish?
Yeah, I just remember, I didn't say this to you yesterday, but I thought, man, we're really going, we got on that path, and like Jen said, she was ready to rock and roll the speed walking thing. And I noticed, I wanted her to see the river. I wanted to stop and look over the bridge. And when we stopped there, I think that's the first time you realized, oh, we can stop. We don't have to go that programmed 90 miles an hour that I thought it was going to be. And then we started talking about what we look for. We were talking about being on a walk or always looking in life. I said, I love to look for hearts in stones or shells or... And this was a nod. This was a nod from the universe, God, who... just as we were in the midst of talking about looking for hearts, slowing down, that if you don't slow down, you miss all these wonderful gifts, visual gifts that help us slow down and become mindful of peace and calm. And so anyway, we walked around the bend from the bridge. Just as we were walking on the path, we both looked down and found, you want to hold it? It's yours. Sure. And we found a heart in our path just after we talked about looking for hearts. And then we went another mile talking about had we not slowed down, had we been going that 90-mile-an-hour pace that we thought we might be on, we would have missed that heart. And the heart is very significant. It is significant.
It is.
I mean, so.
Well, and I think too, like, not only seeing the physical things around us, but also hearing the spiritual things. And it made me think about how many times do I go through my day and hi Christine, hi Jenny. How many times do I go through my day and I'm so focused on my to-do list and what I have to get done that I miss, maybe my child who needs my attention, or I ignore a thought to call somebody, that, pops in and out of my head, or, I'm looking so hard, wanting so much for direction and guidance, but I'm so stuck in how it's what I think it's supposed to look like,
the plan.
That I can't hear God's plan. I can't hear His message or see or even accept it. And thanks, Jenny. And I don't know. It was just I just loved this wake up call for me.
And I think too, paying attention. It's that mindfulness again. To look for the things that He's showing us, and we are so agenda oriented, right? We have apps to help us keep us organized in a day. We have notepads and day planners, and I think we forget easily, and then we get on the treadmill because if we need structure. I'm all about structure. But if you don't allow this wiggle room for these gifts, we will get in bed each night and wonder, where the day went. You may have a lot of things checked off the boxes on your to-do list, but you would have missed something. I call it goosebumps. Give yourself time to get goosebumps every day, because they're there. He wants to, and those goosebumps are like him just patting us and saying, hey child, look, I'm right here for you. I've got your life. I've got your plan. And we both got goosebumps over finding this little leaf that was just divinely orchestrated in our path, literally path that we were walking, and in the path that was our life yesterday. So, yeah.
Well, and then, as we went farther down our path and just at a slower pace, and, it allowed us to connect even more, and we stopped at this really beautiful spot, and we sat down
on rocks
in the middle of our walk, where I had in mind that I was going to burn all these calories, and my body was going to be better after that, and it was, but it ended in a different way, in a more peaceful way. But we sat at this little place and saw this beautiful, huge crane just like fly in right in front of us out of nowhere. And then what else?
Well, we saw the crane, and I have to say, I walk this walk almost every day around my house on the Greenway. I have never seen such a beautiful creature, and I'm sure there are cranes in Nashville, but it was just glorious. It was another nod, another wink, saying, look, my darlings, I'm showing you things today and teaching you lessons. And so we saw the crane, and then we were sitting on the rock, and we decided it was an otter.
An otter, yeah.
An otter that was swimming, just flapping, having fun, just doing their little diving in the water. I thought I was at like a petting zoo or at the zoo or something, and those were nods and winks and nudges that we were being exclusively shown. And we sat in those still moments and talked about deep things from our heart. Yesterday it was a heart walk. We talked about deep things that came from our heart, and you stop. We need those. We need to give ourselves time to do that, and we need to be open when he's orchestrated opportunities for people to come to your house or to just show up in your life. And the only way we can be open to these times and those moments that really give us goosebumps, like goosebumps that will last for tomorrow. We will never think about our walk yesterday and not be moved emotionally.
Yeah.
And to be able to do that with someone that you feel close to, allowing your heart to be open to new people, to new experiences, to new pathways. Again, we have to stop the clock. We have to turn off the alarms and say, hold on a minute, where am I supposed to be going? I know where I'm going. I know I'm on this path and I'm going to get cardiovascular support or something. But what am I really supposed to be doing? Am I just going on and on?
No, it's beautiful. Don't you love it? I love it.
So, yes. And
tell us about, you were explaining to me about, how the brain works and how music and essential oils and all of that ties together in this slowing down and helping us really connect to ourselves.
Because I am and have been a type A person. A lot of my life was spent doing a lot of running at 90 miles an hour, and maybe thinking at the end of the day, what happened? Where have I been? What did I get accomplished? And I might have checked a lot of boxes off on my to-do list, but there came a point for me that I think as you get older and wiser, you begin to, your life experiences will give you opportunities to take another look at your life, to reevaluate where you are. And what I have learned that was an innate sense to me, but it's factual, it's scientifically true that music, when I know my body, my mind, my soul needs to slow down, I know what works for me. And one of the things that I learned is that music and essential oils impact in the limbic system, the amygdala. It's where our memories and our emotions are stored. And there are only two things that impact that precious little amygdala up there. And I wonder if that's where you get goosebumps from. Maybe, I don't know. I'll have to find out. So by using essential oils, and we're all familiar with how they impact the chemistry of our brain, but combining the essential oils with music, and I have music, we've got music, I keep a spa station on all day long. And subconsciously, like when we diffuse oils, we aren't paying attention to every little molecule and nanoparticle that we're breathing in through our nose when they're diffusing. Music has the same effect. And so choosing something calming, something that will change the mood of your brain to calm yourself down. And we know that our oils calm our body and our brain down, and music can do the same thing. The power of both of them together
So amazing.
is amazing.
So amazing.
Amazing.
One of the, oh, hi Katie. We love you.
Katie. Oh, Katie. Oh,
Jenny.
sweet.
Okay, let's see, what was I gonna, one of the things that I've loved observing about Joni as she moves through her life in her house is all these like sweet little rituals that she has. And like, tell about the cards.
Oh yeah, I have a box of cards.
I want to get the box.
Yeah, it's on the bench right here, I think. Oh yeah. So it's a box of cards, and every morning it's called Gathered Truths, 365 Gathered Truths. And every morning I reach into the box and I pull out a card, and it's always, let's see, Vanna White. Yeah, here they go.
You haven't pulled your
I
card
haven't pulled
yet.
out my card for today. Want me to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. Okay. This is it. Okay, here's today's card. The winner is, time is an equal opportunity employer. Each human being has exactly the same number of hours and minutes every day. Rich people can't buy more hours. Scientists can't invent new minutes. And you can't save time to spend it on another day. Even so, time is amazingly fair and forgiving. No matter how much time you've wasted in the past, you still have an entire tomorrow.
Aww,
So something about that will speak to me today, and we're sitting at this table, and I have all these little words on these little ceramic egg balls or whatever they are, and I made a special little basket for the word of the day. And so I'll get my card in the morning, and when I have my breakfast, and then I usually walk over to the table, and there are all kinds of words. There's dream and joy and love and give, and there will be a word that I want to focus on that day. So today I picked to put in my little word basket of the day, calm. So that's our word for today.
Okay.
Just little ways, because I think we have to work on slowing our lives down. We do not have to work on going at a faster pace. I think, especially for people who are kind of type A, people who are naturally driven to do, go, and we have goals that we want to meet, especially. So it gets very easy, and it's very tempting to just be carried down that stream and get on that fast track and get on the treadmill. And I think we have to be really mindful. That's a word that keeps coming up.
Yes, I love that. And one of the things that I was just thinking about that came up was a lot of times we feel a lot of guilt, because for so long, maybe our worth was somehow attached to what we got accomplished in a day. And if we didn't get our to-do list done, then somehow we failed, and somehow we're not measuring up. And through my experience, those thoughts do not come from God.
Yeah, that's right.
Those are thoughts that are meant to discourage us and to hold us back from really shining our light. And even more than that, hold us back from connecting to God. And God's not going to shout at us. He's not going to, drop a big sign in front of us usually. His words come in quiet, still moments. And those are just, it's that quote that you just read. It's like, you can't take back the messages and gifts that you miss on a daily basis. And so I just feel like I want to clear guilt for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Like, let's just take a breath and just let that go. Take a nice big breath. That is weighing on my heart so much. So if you're, watching this live or watching it as a recording, I want you to trust that just taking that breath and releasing the guilt, there's a lot of generational energy attached to that guilt, a lot of expectations. Oh, Jenny, you're so cute. There's a lot of expectation energy. The only thing we need to do is focus on what God expects us to do. And really what that comes down to is just showing up as love. And this is one of my favorite affirmations is, I am an extension of God's love and light. What better way to show up in life,
And when we're busy doing other things, then the light, we end up in shadows. I think you're talking about some of the guilt and some of the negative feelings that we get, and I think those are shadow experiences. And if you think about standing in the sunlight and just being covered with the rays, there's no room for guilt, there's no room for shame, there's no room for any of those, the negative things that we seem to just weigh ourselves down with, sometimes subconsciously. Sometimes I think because of our habits, our old habits, we carry these little things around in baskets inside ourselves, and it's only when we stop to unload those baskets. And maybe we have to schedule that, maybe in all of our apps and our calendars and our notepads and our day planners, we need to, and I know everyone talks a lot about self-care, and that sometimes entails doing thinking, but I think the basket idea of emptying things out on a regular, check it. That's what I do when I walk. When I go on my Greenway walk, I don't have an agenda. I know my feet need to get on that path. And then I literally, it's an old expression, let go and let God. But I really do get on that path, and there may be a billion things weighing on my mind. But if I don't stop, I'm going to miss all of the nudges and the winks. I'm going to miss some goosebumps that I need to get me through the rest of the day.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Well, we've been talking for quite a while.
Well, yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Yes.
Thanks for letting us share our experience. And we'd love to hear anytime you are listening to this or watch this, if you want to share something that you saw that day, if you see a heart, or if you see, I don't know, something that just speaks to you, a little message from God, a big message from God.
If you get goosebumps.
Post it. We want to hear about it. And, like I say all the time, if you feel like you're really stuck and you can't get to that place, just know that it just has to do with some blocks, some hidden blocks, and that's what my team and I are here to help you with. If if you need that kind of support, like it's easy, it's powerful, it's simple, and it will really get you on your path. It will really get you going. We want you to be there. Like, we want you to feel that, and we want you to be able to stand in your full light.
Beautiful.
So powerful.
Beautiful.
Anyway, thank you, everyone.
Be
Thanks
light and
to
love.
Joni for being
I love
here.
you.
And I love you too. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Love you guys.
Bye. Calm.